Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, let me know when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? All right.
Yep.
So how did we get to this moment?
How did we get to this moment?
Yeah.
Well, Rasheen, you walked up to me and asked if we wanted to do an interview, and I was free, so yeah.
Okay. And what's the interview about?
Interview is about feet, mental health, and men's attraction to feet, you said?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think about the subject matter?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
You know, personally, I do not like feet at all. It kind of like weirds me out when I do encounter someone who has sort of feet fetish. And it was funny because me and my friends were actually talking about this on Friday.
Really? Okay.
About how there's something in the brain and how it like connects to like why someone might like feet or like be into it. So.
Okay. And so you said it's weird. Why is it weird?
To me, I think it's just a very obscure body part to be, you know, fantasizing about and also admiring. To me, not saying I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just like to my personal preference, I don't find any attraction to feet.
But can you like, I guess, empathize with a guy who would be attracted? I mean, because it's a part of your body. Right?
Yeah.
It's a part of your body. And is it any different from a guy who like likes your eyes or your lips or any other body part?
So, no.
Yeah. You don't know?
No, I don't believe so. Like.
You don't think it's any different?
No.
Okay. Because like there is a distinction like between like guys who like find women's feet attractive and like, you know, include that in foreplay or whatever from a guy who has like a foot fetish. Because a guy who has a foot fetish, he needs to have the feet. And it's like separate from everything else. Like he's obsessed with the feet. And without the feet, he can't get off. That's a foot fetish. So what we're talking about is just guys who find attraction. They include that as like icing on the cake.
Okay.
The feet are like icing on the cake.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about that concept?
About feet being like icing on the cake?
Yeah. To a whole overall attraction to women.
Well, if you put it into that perspective, it does make it a little bit better to be like, okay, like as long as you're not like, you need to see like feet, or it's like you need to incorporate it into our relationship somehow.
Yeah.
Like if a man or woman came up to me and was like, I like your feet, I'm like, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But if it went anywhere like above, like, can I take a picture? I'm like, oh, well, I don't know.
Okay, well, so what's wrong with wanting to take a picture?
I think for my personal, like, these are my feet, and I wouldn't want anyone to kind of keep a photo of that for their personal need, I guess.
Okay. What about anything about other than, I mean, because right now I'm filming you, your eyes, I'm getting your hair, your nose. You don't have an issue with, you have an issue with that? Because you're doing a YouTube channel. So why do you have an issue with the feet part?
Maybe it's just society and like this whole feet, you know? It's like a lot of my friends think of feet being weird, and so it's like,
And so now you see that's what I'm trying to like overcome. I got this idea from my therapist indirectly, as it would. She taught me something called dialectical behavioral therapy.
What was that again?
Dialectical behavioral therapy.
Okay.
Have you been to a therapist before?
I have not.
Okay.
Oh, actually I have.
You have? So like, for instance, like if someone has a fear of meeting people, like they get anxious. With DBT, it's all about emotion regulation. So you're advised to actually go out and meet people. Force yourself out of your comfort zone. And then when you feel uncomfortable, you do self-assessments. You ask yourself, in this situation, is my fear, anxiety, is it justified by the facts of the situation? Is there a threat to my life, my safety, my health in this situation? If not, then those fears are irrational and you're supposed to act opposite to it and engage with the person instead of withdraw. Does that make sense? So you keep a diary for every occasion that, you know, you basically you do, every encounter. And so when she taught me that, I came up with an idea to do a diary through YouTube of me interviewing women to see what your feelings are about guys that like women's feet, because I'm one of those guys that like women's feet and attraction to it. So I'm getting out of my comfort zone by doing these YouTube videos and being able to express it. Because before I would be like insecure about talking about it, because you know, exactly what you said, like a lot of women associate that with something being weird and fetishes and everything. You know, society makes fun of it. So I'm doing these YouTube channels to like break that stigma and show like there's a different side to it, and like try to like educate other people and the women and see if you can like apply DBT and like enjoy, your feet being admired, essentially. What do you think about that?
I
That's
like
the whole
that
concept.
actually. I like your explanation into it. What was
Okay.
it called again? DBT?
DBT. That's the acronym for it. But it's dialectical behavioral therapy. Yeah. So with that being said, would you be able to embrace the moment of having your feet appreciated?
Yes.
You would.
As long as it's not in a sexual way. I
Okay.
think like.
So what would make it sexual? Because I guess that's subjective, really. Or yeah, when it comes to feet.
I guess I really don't like when people touch my feet at all.
You don't like your feet being touched. Why?
No. It's just like a sensitive part of my body that I don't like anyone looking at. Not because I'm like embarrassed. It's just like, it's like it feels weird when people touch my feet. To me.
Do you get pedicures?
I do, yeah, but it's just I don't do it often. So.
Okay, I see. So you don't want your feet being a guy touching your feet, that would be sexualizing.
Yes.
And you don't like that?
No.
Gosh, where'd that come from?
I could not pinpoint.
What does that do for you? Because you don't like foot massages?
No.
You don't like foot massages?
I don't like foot massages.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is
Do
that?
you like foot massages?
Well, you don't like foot massages.
Yeah, me.
Most women I talk to like foot massages. They love foot
Really?
massages.
I like back massages, you know.
But no touching of your feet.
No.
Where's that come from? Are you insecure about your feet, or where's that come from?
Oh, I'm definitely not insecure about my feet. It's just, I don't know, it's a sensitive part, like, to touch, and it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
I don't have an explanation why.
Gotcha.
But
So
you
no
just know.
touching. Anything else?
Not that I can think of at the moment.
All right. So can you pop those shoes off? Can we see the feet?
Oh, no, no, no.
Wait, when I said, would you be able to embrace the
I don't
moment of
want-
somebody appreciating your feet? You
Okay,
said yes.
I don't want it on YouTube. That's
Oh, you don't want it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So why don't you want it on YouTube?
Oh, that's just, you know, my feet are on there.
What's the worst that could happen? You get a whole bunch of guys saying, wow, she's got some sexy feet.
Yeah, no,
Versus some
I could
sexy
not do
soles,
that.
toes,
No,
whatever.
I could not.
You couldn't do that? Why not?
No.
What's the worst that could happen?
It just makes me uncomfortable. The worst thing that could happen is that someone, I don't know, I just don't like my feet being out there in public like that.
Okay, so would you be able to apply some DBT and apply some mindfulness? Did I explain what mindfulness is?
No, you did not.
Okay, because that's a part of DBT as well. That's one of the arsenals, that you use. That's in your arsenal. Mindfulness is about living in the present moment, non-judgmentally, and thinking positively about the moment, and not thinking that something bad is going to happen in the future, because that will lead to anxiety. And you don't say, well, I'm not going to do it because something bad happened to me in the past, because that's what leads to depression. And so you're closing yourself off, basically, from experiencing new experiences, which could be pleasant,
Yes.
But if you have like this prejudice that I'm not going to do it because this happened in the past or this may happen in the future, you cut yourself off from new experiences. That's basically the fundamental of mindfulness. So what I'm asking you to do, I don't want to do it because I want my feet out there. You're anticipating something negative is going to happen, right?
Not negative, it's just like I wouldn't personally want them out there. Like,
Could
I'm
you,
all for one for like taking experiences and being
Yeah.
able to do something once, but showing my feet on video right now is not one of them at the moment.
Could you imagine like a positive outcome out of doing that?
Just a lot of compliments from individuals who admire my feet.
That's not good enough for you
To
to do it?
no.
Gotcha.
No.
All right, no worries.
Yeah.
All right, so wrapping things up, what did you think about this interview and this experience?
Definitely did not think about this happening today.
Okay.
I'm very glad I ran into you because I love like talking to new people and getting to hear their experiences, especially with a topic such as mental health and also like feet, which is like an obscure topic. Like, thank you for thinking of that, which is like amazing.
Okay.
So hopefully I can share this experience with friends about DBT and mindfulness. So I just want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you for your participation. So was it a pleasant experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely.
Awesome. Was there anything about it that could have been better? You have any critiques or suggestions that could have made it more pleasant?
I definitely say, I guess, before beginning the video, talk about like mindfulness and like what you said about DBT. I know you asked a question beforehand and then you explained it, but I think if I knew like going into it about like the study behind it and like your reasoning, I think I would have appreciated that more.
Okay.
But other than that, I think the questions were like good.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time and energy. I'll let you get back to whatever you were doing.
Of course.
Any parting words?
I do not. No.
No? All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take care. Take care.